All right, so get this. Today we're going to deep dive into self-awareness and personal growth.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Our source material, it like starts off
Right.
with advice on attracting romantic interest.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? And you might be thinking, wait, what does that have to do with self-improvement?
Right.
But trust me on this.
Okay.
There's a fascinating connection here that's going to make you totally rethink the whole thing.
It really is.
The whole game.
It's brilliant the way the source uses this relatable scenario.
Okay.
Imagine someone catches your eye across the room
Yeah.
to hook you in.
I see it.
But then it cleverly weaves in this idea
Yeah.
that understanding how others perceive us is like a cornerstone of self-awareness.
Oh, so it's not just about like mastering pickup lines.
Right.
It's about tapping into something much deeper.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's about becoming more mindful.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about meditation here, although that's certainly part of it.
Yeah.
But the source really emphasizes mindfulness as a way to become more aware of your own behaviors
Yeah.
and how they might be interpreted by others.
Okay.
It's like suddenly having this 360-degree view of yourself in action.
So how does this mindfulness thing actually work?
Wow.
Do we just like sit around and think about our thoughts?
It's more about
Oh,
becoming an observer of your own mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Noticing those automatic reactions and habitual patterns
Okay.
without judging yourself, by the way.
Right.
Like, let's say
Yeah.
you tend to get defensive in certain situations. Mindfulness can help you recognize that pattern
Okay.
as it's happening.
Okay.
And that awareness alone
Yeah.
is huge GE.
I can see that.
Because now you have a choice.
Yeah.
Do you react the same way as always, or do you try a different approach?
Wow. That's powerful.
It is.
It's like hitting the pause button on autopilot. And
And the source goes deeper.
oh, wow.
Connecting this self-awareness to communication.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
When you understand your own emotions better, you're equipped to communicate them
Yeah.
more clearly to others.
Makes sense.
It's like suddenly speaking a new language,
Okay.
the language of emotional intelligence.
So it's not just about
Right.
getting someone's number at a bar or whatever.
No.
It's about connecting on a deeper level
Exactly.
in all our relationships.
Yeah,
I can see how that's a game changer.
it is.
But what about those times when things get a little heated?
Right.
I'm talking conflict disagreements.
Or-
Those moments when communication breaks down.
That's where this source material really shines.
Okay.
It dives into conflict resolution strategies,
Okay.
but not the generic kind.
Okay.
There's this one story about a couple arguing.
Yeah.
It's so relatable,
I bet.
and how their lack of self-awareness
Mm-hmm.
just completely sabotaged the whole conversation.
Wow.
The source breaks down this concept
Okay.
of separating the problem from the person.
Yeah.
It sounds simple,
Right.
but it's profound.
Okay.
Instead of attacking each other, they could focus on understanding
Yeah.
the actual issue at hand. And
Right.
guess what?
What?
That shift in perspective
Yeah.
opened the door to a solution that worked for both of them.
That's incredible.
It is.
It's like taking the emotion out of the equation
Oh, yeah.
so you can actually like find a solution.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
here's a fascinating technique.
Okay.
The source highlights focusing on interests instead of positions.
Okay.
It uses this example of two people arguing over an orange.
Okay.
They're both so focused on their position,
Right.
I want the whole orange,
Yeah.
that they miss the underlying interests.
Oh.
What if one person just wanted the peel
Okay.
for baking
Yeah.
and the other wanted the juice?
Yeah.
By understanding their true needs,
Yeah.
they could have both gotten what they wanted.
That's brilliant.
It is.
It makes you realize how much conflict stems from like misunderstanding and a lack of self-awareness.
Exactly.
We're so busy defending our position.
Yes.
We forget to listen and understand the other person's perspective.
Exactly. And that's why emotional resilience is key, which is another point the source touches on.
Yeah.
It's about bouncing back from those communication breakdowns,
Okay.
seeing those setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow.
I gotta admit, I'm already blown away by how this source is weaving together these seemingly disparate ideas
Yeah.
from attracting someone across the room to mastering conflict resolution. It's like a master class
It is.
in self-awareness.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This deep dive is about to get even more fascinating.
All right. I'm ready to dive deeper. You've definitely piqued my curiosity.
Okay, great.
We'll be right back with more insights in part 2 of this incredible deep dive.
Welcome back. I'm still kind of reeling from all those insightful connections we made in the last part.
Yeah.
Who knew that a discussion on attracting romantic interest could lead to such profound insights about self-awareness and conflict resolution?
It's amazing, isn't it?
It really is.
And there's so much more to unpack in this source material. You know, it's not just about understanding ourselves better.
Right.
It's about harnessing that self-awareness to unleash our creative potential.
Okay.
And even become better leaders.
Now you're speaking my language.
Right.
Creativity and leadership.
Yeah.
Those are two areas I'm always looking to improve in. Tell me more about this connection to self-awareness.
Well, the source argues that self-awareness is the key to unlocking creativity.
Interesting.
Think about it.
Okay.
When you're more in tune with your own thoughts, emotions, and motivation,
you're less likely to be stifled by self-doubt or fear of judgment.
I can see that.
You're free to experiment, explore, and express yourself authentically.
So it's like self-awareness gives us the courage to step outside of our comfort zones and try new things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And the source goes even further.
Okay.
Suggesting that the more self-aware we become, the more we're able to tap into a wider range of emotions and experiences.
Interesting.
And that expanded emotional palette becomes fuel for our creative fire.
Okay.
It's like having a whole new set of colors to paint with.
That's such a vivid analogy.
Right.
I'm starting to see how this all ties together, but where does leadership fit into this picture?
Oh, this source has a really fascinating take on leadership.
Okay.
It argues that true leadership isn't about holding a title or barking orders.
Right.
It's about inspiring and empowering others.
Yeah.
And that starts with a deep understanding of yourself.
I love that definition of leadership.
Yeah.
It's about influence and impact, not just authority.
Right.
But how does self-awareness translate into effective leadership?
The source highlights 3 key qualities of self-aware leaders. Leading by example, empathy, and adaptability.
Got it.
Let's break those down, shall we?
Absolutely. Leading by example seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's about walking the talk, right?
Right. It's about embodying the values and behaviors you want to see in others.
Okay.
The source gives this great example of a leader who consistently showed up early, worked hard, and treated everyone with respect.
Okay.
He didn't have to tell his team to do those things.
Right.
They just naturally followed his lead.
Yeah.
His actions spoke louder than words.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's like that old saying, actions speak louder than words.
Exactly.
People are more likely to trust and respect leaders who live by their values. So what about empathy? How does that tie into leadership?
Well, empathy is all about putting yourself in other people's shoes.
Okay.
Understanding their perspectives and responding with compassion. The source emphasizes that empathetic leaders are incredibly good listeners.
Makes sense.
They create a safe space for their team members to share their ideas, concerns, and even vulnerabilities.
So it's about fostering a culture of trust and psychological safety where people feel comfortable speaking up and being themselves.
Yeah.
That sounds like a recipe for a high-performing team.
Absolutely. The source even suggests that empathetic leadership can boost creativity and innovation.
Interesting.
When people feel heard and valued, they're more likely to contribute their best ideas and take risks.
Makes sense.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Okay, so we've covered leading by example and empathy. What about adaptability? Why is that important for leaders?
Well,
especially in today's fast-paced world.
Adaptability is all about being flexible and responsive to change.
Yeah.
Which is more crucial than ever in this age of constant disruption.
It really is.
The source tells this gripping story of a company facing a major crisis. Their leader, initially resistant to change, realized he needed to embrace a more flexible approach. He started actively seeking input from his team, experimenting with new strategies, and quickly adjusting course when things weren't working.
So he basically shifted from a my way or the highway mentality to a more collaborative and experimental approach.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that shift not only saved the company, but also fostered a culture of resilience and innovation.
That's great.
The source really drives home the point that adaptable leaders are the ones who thrive in uncertainty.
It sounds like adaptability is all about having a growth mindset, which we talked about earlier.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The source connects those dots beautifully.
Okay.
It argues that leaders with a growth mindset are more open to feedback, willing to learn from their mistakes, and constantly looking for ways to improve.
I like that.
They don't shy away from challenges.
Right.
They embrace them as opportunities for growth.
Wow, this is all so interconnected. We've gone from understanding attraction signals to unleashing our creative potential and becoming more effective leaders.
Right.
What's the final piece of the puzzle?
That's where things get really deep.
Okay.
The source ends with a powerful message about aligning our actions with our values and purpose.
So it's not just about becoming more self-aware and developing our skills.
No.
It's about living a life that feels authentic and meaningful.
Exactly. The source suggests that when our actions are in harmony with our core values and purpose, we experience a profound sense of fulfillment.
Okay.
Gives this example of a woman who always felt a deep connection to nature.
Okay.
After years of working in a corporate job that drained her soul, she took a leap of faith and started her own business, designing eco-friendly products.
Wow.
Even though it was a risky move,
Yeah.
she felt incredibly aligned with her purpose.
I see that.
And that brought her immense joy and satisfaction.
That's such an inspiring story.
It is.
It shows that self-awareness isn't just about introspection.
Right.
It's about taking action and creating a life that reflects who we truly are.
Precisely. And the source emphasizes that connecting with our purpose can give us incredible strength and resilience.
Okay.
Especially during challenging times.
Makes sense.
It's like having a compass
I like that.
that guides us through life's ups and downs.
This is mind-blowing.
It is.
I feel like we've been given a roadmap for personal transformation.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how do we actually put all this into practice?
Well,
how do we cultivate that self-awareness and start living a more purposeful life?
Well, that's where the rubber meets the road.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we'll be diving into in a final part of our deep dive.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling incredibly inspired after exploring all these powerful concepts.
Right.
You know, we've gone from deciphering attraction signals to understanding the nuances of communication, conflict resolution, creativity, leadership, and even the profound importance of aligning our actions with our values and purpose.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
It really has.
And now it's time to put all this wisdom into action.
That's exactly what I was thinking. We've got all these incredible insights, but how do we actually cultivate that self-awareness in our daily lives? Where do we even begin?
Well, the source material offers some really practical strategies.
Okay.
And it all starts with mindfulness.
Okay.
Remember, mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment without judgment.
Right.
It's about noticing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise without getting swept away by them.
So it's not about emptying our minds.
No.
Or trying to stop thinking altogether.
No.
It's about becoming more aware of what's happening inside of us.
Exactly. And the source suggests a simple yet powerful technique.
Okay, what's that?
Focus on your breath.
Okay.
Throughout the day.
Yeah.
Take a few moments to simply observe your breath as it flows in and out.
Okay.
Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the gentle sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils.
Okay.
It's like an anchor.
Yeah.
That brings you back to the present moment.
Okay.
To the here and now.
That sounds so simple.
Yeah.
Yet I can imagine it's incredibly grounding.
It is.
But what about those times
when
our minds are racing with thoughts and worries?
Yeah.
How do we stay present in the midst of all that mental chatter?
That's where the non-judgment part comes in.
Okay.
The key is to simply observe those thoughts without getting caught up in them.
Right.
Imagine you're sitting by a river, watching leaves float by.
Yeah.
You don't try to grab onto the leaves or analyze them.
Okay.
You simply observe them as they drift along.
Yeah.
It's the same with your thoughts.
I see that.
Just notice them.
Okay.
Acknowledge them and let them go.
Wow. That's such a helpful visualization.
It is.
I can see how that would be incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
In managing stress and anxiety.
Absolutely. And the source emphasizes
okay.
that mindfulness isn't just about calming the mind.
Right.
It's also about cultivating self-awareness.
Yeah.
The more we practice mindfulness, the more we become attuned to our own internal landscape, our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations.
So we start to recognize patterns in our behavior.
Right.
And that awareness is the first step towards making positive changes.
It is.
So it's like mindfulness is a foundation.
Precisely.
For all those other aspects of personal growth we've been talking about.
And the source material offers some other powerful tools for cultivating self-awareness, like journaling.
Oh, yeah.
Taking just 10 or 15 minutes each day to write down your thoughts and feelings can be incredibly illuminating.
I've always loved journaling.
Oh, great.
It's like a safe space to process my emotions, explore my ideas, and gain clarity on what's really going on inside of me.
Exactly. And the source suggests using journaling prompts to deepen your self-reflection. For example, you might ask yourself, what am I feeling grateful for today? Or what are 3 things I learned about myself today? Or even, what are some patterns in my behavior that I'd like to change?
Those are great prompts. I'm definitely going to start incorporating those into my journaling practice. But what about those blind spots we all have? Those aspects of ourselves that we're not even aware of? How do we gain insights into those hidden areas?
That's where feedback from others can be incredibly valuable. The source emphasizes the importance of seeking feedback from people we trust, friends, family members, mentors, or colleagues who will be honest and constructive.
That's a great point. It can be humbling to hear how others perceive us, but it can also be incredibly eye-opening.
Absolutely.
I remember a time when a close friend pointed out a pattern in my communication style.
Oh, wow.
That I was completely oblivious to. At first, I was a little defensive. But then I realized that her feedback was spot on.
Good.
It helped me become more aware of how I was coming across to others. And that awareness allowed me to make some positive changes.
Like a perfect example of how feedback can be a catalyst for growth.
It really is.
The source suggests approaching feedback with an open mind and a willingness to learn. And remember, the goal is not to defend yourself or prove that you're right. Is to gain a more accurate understanding of yourself. Even if it challenges your existing beliefs.
So it's about being receptive to new information.
Exactly.
Even if it's not always easy to hear.
And here's another powerful tool. We often overlook.
What's that?
Paying attention to our bodies. Our bodies are constantly giving us feedback. About how we're feeling. But we often ignore those signals.
Like that feeling of tightness in your chest when you're stressed.
Exactly.
Or that knot in your stomach when something feels off.
Precisely. The source emphasizes the importance of tuning into those physical sensations. What is your body trying to tell you? Are you feeling energized or depleted? Tense or relaxed? Paying attention to these subtle cues can give you valuable insights into your emotional state.
Wow, this is incredible.
It is.
We've explored so many practical strategies for cultivating self-awareness. From mindfulness and journaling to seeking feedback and paying attention to our body. It's like we've been given a toolkit for personal transformation.
And the best part is that self-awareness is a gift that keeps on giving.
I love that.
The more we cultivate it, the more we unlock our potential for growth, connection, and fulfillment.
Makes sense.
It's an ongoing journey of self-discovery.
I couldn't agree more. This deep dive has been truly transformative. And I can't wait to put all these insights into action.
Remember, self-awareness is the key. That unlocks a more meaningful and fulfilling life.
It really is.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of self-discovery.
It's been my pleasure.